Sherard Duvall, also known as Shekeese, is one-third of the team that brings the annual Love, Peace, and Hip Hop Festival to Columbia. When he's not blazing a trail and giving hip hop a place to flourish in the capital city, he serves as the director of media education for the Nickelodeon, where he shares his creativity and passion for music and culture with the community. I recently sat down with him to talk about the upcoming Blaktastik Film Festival and all the exciting events and activities taking place during the 4-day event. Sherrod, how you doing today, man?
Doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem, man. I'm so glad I'm finally getting a chance to sit down with you.
Yeah.
Can you start out by telling me, telling those who don't know you a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Shekeese Duvall. I'm one-third of the group that brings Columbia Hip Hop Family Day, Love, Peace, and Hip Hop. Director of Media Education at the Nickelodeon Theater. And those are really my two primary things that most folks know me around town for.
Okay, man. Tell us a little bit about what is your role, or what are some of the things that you do as Director of Media Education with the Nick?
Well, at the Nickelodeon Theater, my responsibilities include running their Film Education Center, which is a media education center, the Helen Hill Media Education Center, running the programs for the center, which includes K-12 programs, workshops, education initiatives for the NIC that partner with other educational organizations like SEETV or K-12 schools, the University of South Carolina, etc. And also being a part of special programming like Blaktastik, Civil Rights Sundays, and things of that nature for the Nickelodeon Theater.
Okay, man. So you guys got an event coming up, Blaktastik. Tell us a little bit about that.
Blaktastik is a 3-day film festival that consists of music, art, and education. I wanted to do a film festival that was centered around African American creatives. Something that was really specifically looking at how the young generation, what we now call millennials, but that 15 to 30-year-old demo, how they're redefining blackness and how that demographic has been defining and redefining blackness for generations. And so from the art perspective, from the film perspective, from the music perspective, is how we're going to be looking at that, as well as some education initiatives we have for high school students and college students.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the films and a little bit about some of the directors that you will be participating?
Khalik Allah is one of the directors that I'm really looking forward to coming. He has a film that he's bringing. It's called Phil Niggas. You might want to excerpt that out.
Okay.
But the film is called Phil Niggas, and it's a look at African Americans that live on what we call the quote-unquote bottom. Since last year, since the Ferguson story broke with Baltimore, Charleston, there's been a lot of attention brought on African Americans that live in a low-income environment, and that's what Khalik's film is all about. So when you're talking about the black creative experience and you're talking about the black experience in America and what defines black, you can't leave out that segment of the population. You have to make sure that you're bringing that voice to light, and that's what Khalik's film does. It puts a spotlight on the low-income environment that African Americans live in Harlem, New York. And so he juxtaposes that against the bright lights of the big city in New York to kind of put the spotlight on what he calls the field nigga, the niggas that have been ignored. Girlhood is a French film that is going to have a wonderful talk back with Ty Gordon from the No Filter Project here in Columbia. And Girlhood is a coming-of-age movie about 4 African-American young high school girls that come up in the ghettos of France. It's a very engaging and impactful movie, not only for women, but for African Americans that are struggling with identity issues and trying to figure out who you are and where you want to be. The documentary film Fresh Dress, Sasha Jenkins, who is well known for his work with VH1 and Ego Trip's Book of Rap List, is going to be here, as well as stuff he's done with 50 Cent and VH1, the B and Terry Kennedy Show, to present his documentary Fresh Dressed, which is about hip-hop fashion and the creation of that fashion by young people from the 60s and 70s in the ghettos in New York City. Do the Right Thing has a very special talk back with a New Yorker writer and UConn professor, Jelani Cobb. He's going to be here helping guide us through a discussion after the Do the Right Thing film that talks about how Black Americans and Black America can think about moving forward and what we're doing on the progressive tip as a result of the things that have happened over the last year with police brutality and those kind of things. And so those are just a little sampling of some of the films that we're going to be showing during Blaktastik. So I think people will find it very engaging.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, man. Now, a big event, the weekend, the concert at the State House. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Way before the State House became the place to be, quote unquote. We thought it would make sense because the Nickelodeon Theater is on Main Street to have the concert be very close by, and in a place that I thought would kind of be representative of South Carolina's past by putting South Carolina's future right smack dab on top of it. So the Blaktastik concert is being curated by Sherard Duvall, who's a extremely popular, if not the most popular hip-hop artist in the state of South Carolina. And he's put together a wonderful lineup of folks like Grand Prize winners from last year. Paris Rose, and a great lineup of acts, as well as the group Colorblind is going to be performing. And it's free for all ages. And bring your chairs, but you can't bring your coolers. And people have a good time, yeah.
Okay, man. If somebody wanted to find out some more information about the event, how would they do that?
Blaktastik.com, Blaktastik, or just go to Nickelodeon.org's website, Google the Nickelodeon Theater, you'll find it right there on the front page. And of course, Mike, they can go to Minority Eye, and they'll be able to find it right there on the front page.
All right, Sherard, man, thank you for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right.